Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome to a ship review. Now today, we are taking a look at the Reliant Mako. This is a news reporting ship. There are some little cool features that we're going to take a look at in a second. And I actually own this ship as well. I'm quite pleased with it. I think it looks quite nice, particularly in this light as well. Not overly a fan of having these bright colours, but I suppose it sort of does suit it actually. We'll take a look around. Okay, let's take a look at the front. Got the old bubbly screen on the front there. A lot of you, if you've seen my last video, you've seen a few of the animations, but we can take a look at that as well. Not a massive loadout on these ones, small weapons, but in the day you're a news van. Didn't notice these lights before here, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Very similar to the last one, it's got two end caps sort of thing. Maneuver thrusters underneath here. The difference being on this one is clearly the colour. And also it's got some extra features for, I should imagine, reporting news. Did notice there was a serial number on this thing as well. Probably matches up with the one under the landing legs, I'm guessing. Materials are fantastic, aren't they? Light looks really good as well when you look at it, isn't it? The lens flare. Take a look at down this end. This is where all the action's happening down here. This is your camera. You can actually get in the camera, you know what I mean, not inside of it, but you can control the camera from inside. It's not exactly what it's going to do, it's just a quick and easy thing that they've done before the mechanic actually arrives. This does open up a lot of questions, like if this is a news reporting van, or, oh no, it's not really a van, is it? If this is a news reporting ship, you sort of would expect some other ones, wouldn't you? Maybe some bigger ones like the others. I mean, if you've got a big variety of cargo ships and a big variety of mining ships later on, then surely there should be a big variety of news reporting vehicles. It's on a sort of a pivot head that rotates around. Pretty good axis. One thing I did notice at the moment, you can't rotate the ball this way, if you know what I'm getting at. So when you're in landing mode, you can't go vertical, if you know what I mean. You can't look up and down. It's a bit weird. When you're in normal mode, it's fine. It's just you're sort of upside down. No, you're not really upside down. You're to the side. But you'll see what I mean when we jump inside of it. There's a cool thing I noticed as well. I didn't notice with the other Alliance as well. We'll take a look in a minute. It's in one of the HUDs inside. They've done a fantastic job with the lighting on this ship. It looks amazing. Where could news be used? Well, they did originally say they thought about like streaming direct to Twitch or doing some stuff like that. My guess would be that they're going to stream it to some of these boards. You know these boards we're seeing around Area 18 now? We already know that they can accept a live stream, so any news or anything happens inside the verse could be streamed directly to these boards, real time. Sort of seems quite obvious really, doesn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if these news vans can stream directly to them boards. And it could be something like, maybe if you're in an org, you could stream to your org news board and everyone can watch it. Something on the lines of that. They might do an out-of-game thing, high possibility. They did sort of briefly sketch over it quite a while ago. Well, we just don't really understand what it's going to do, but me being a content creator, having a news van just sort of seems a bit obvious really, doesn't it? Let's jump inside. We'll shut this door up. So here we are inside. Something really cool happening here. I'm going to show you one sec. We'll have a look over here first. Same as usual, fire extinguishers, all the rams. It's got the button over there, which appears to work on this one. Didn't work very well on the previous one, but works on this one. Do like them doors as well, pretty decent. Done a great job with this lighting in here as well. Exactly the same beds as last time, so it's two people, got two seats at the front, two beds to save. One thing we didn't see last time Because the toilet weren't there for some reason, was it? It's the toilet, so we can actually have a look. It does look a bit low, doesn't it? Maybe that's not the case, but it just seems a bit low down there. Okay. Not really sure why the sink went back there. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Let's try it again. That's a bit weird, isn't it? The toilet opens, but the sink goes back. Doesn't sort of make any sense, does it? Because it's already protruding from the wall, isn't it? I'm not going to sit on it. Probably something bad's going to happen. First aid kit. Then obviously moving up front, we've got access points here. These are probably more than likely going to be all the modules. Can't open any of these yet. And then you've got the 2 seats up front. And on this side, we have a server rack. Clearly that's going to be collecting data on what you've recorded. Maybe microphones, possibly. Hard drives, and then another little access panel down the bottom here. This is the main station. Pretty cool this, what they've done. Didn't try this last time. How cool's that? I definitely agree what you're thinking. It needs a background to it, but that's pretty freaking cool, isn't it? They got rid of the HUD in the middle. Move my hands out the way. This is a great control panel. Maybe you could have like camera 1 here, or, you know, camera here. You know, maybe outside view here or something. Pretty cool, isn't it? I like this. You can see this definitely being used on some of the bigger ships, like the capital ships and stuff like that, where you can be sitting here, clicking on things, changing stuff, and it just looks like at the moment all they've done is replicate the menu system, so you can change whatever you want on any panel. So I want heat on that one. I want, I don't know, weapons on that one. So you can pretty much lay out these however you want them. That on there. Targets on there. Pretty cool, isn't it? Just needs a background. Not much you can do from here at the moment. Well, clearly other than this. The purpose of this station is clearly going to be something related to the camera. What you can do at the moment, going back to what I was saying earlier, being a little bit upside down, jump in this seat and up the top here. There we go. Here we are. If we can go into the outside, oh, I was going to try and go into the outside view while we're doing it, but here we are. I've tried the controls. I can't work the controls out. I don't know if there's a zoom or something. I've tried using the director mode. That didn't work. Turns quite far in. Obviously down as well. Full rotation there. Increase the DPI a little bit. That made it a bit better. Only a bit disorientating at the moment, isn't it? There we go. That's clearly not going to be the finished product. They did say that they've just done it as a sort of a quick thing, really, you know, just for now. They've used the same technology that they've used from the remote turret, but just not given you a gun. And put the field of eye in the end of the camera. Just as a quick thing, but later on down the line, this is where it's all going to happen. I like you've got a little line there. Look where the screen projects out. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Quite impressed with that. Like I said, if only they had a solid background. I know they're going for all these, you know, these three-dimensional displays. Doesn't mean every ship's got to have it, right? I would prefer like a solid wall there, and then it's projected onto the wall. So you're not having cupboards interfering with the overlay. Gets a little bit distracting. Like that center panel. Look, I'll show you what I mean, look. See what I mean? That bottom panel there has got black background. Fantastic. Love that. Just this one just looks too much going on with all this stuff behind it. Or I'd have a nice solid board round there, and then this on top of it, and it'd be awesome. Let me know your thoughts. Sure, we see a lot more of these sort of displays coming up when we see the bigger capital ships. Jump inside.
Engines on. Thrusters power low.
Maneuver's pretty decent, pretty similar to the previous one I've done, to be fair. Not a massive amount of difference. Small weapons, but like I said, if you're going out doing news reporting, you're not really going to be going out attacking something. And also, why is someone going to attack you in a news van? Unless data is... video data is actually worth something. Let's have a look from the outside. Do a couple of rotations as well while we're here, eh? You can actually see now. Let's have a look. Where's the camera? See if we can zoom out a little bit here. See if we can get down to that bottom camera. Where is it? There it is. Quite far down, so... I suppose it's going to make some pretty decent footage, isn't it? Because you could fly really close to the floor, like literally, you know, a couple of feet away, and that camera's going to be scraping the floor. Or you could even film like a race on the ground, couldn't you? Because that camera is going to be very low to the floor. There's going to have to be a little bit of cooperation as well, wouldn't there, with the pilot? Because if you look at that, there's only so far you can turn up there. You can look up maybe, what, 45 degrees maybe? Probably that's pushing it, isn't it? So the pilot would have to tilt the ship if you wanted to look up. You know, looking down, no problem at all, is it? I don't know if we can go out any further here. No, we can't. Overall, pretty decent, eh? Take it for a little bit of a spin, see what you think. Overall, what do I think of the ship overall? Pretty decent. Nice little ship. Do I know what it actually does yet? The answer to that question is definitely no. Still has some of the sort of challenges as the previous one. Obviously, if you fall out your seat, it's a problem. But overall, as a news van or reporting, because of where that camera is actually located right down the bottom there, it's going to make for some really interesting footage. And also, it could be used as a scouting ship if you're looking for something, or looking for something or someone. If that camera has a really good zoom, like a really good zoom, then maybe it'd take on another role for actually a seeker to actually go and find something. Or the other option could be is when you're in space, if it's got an amazing zoom, you might be able to zoom on a target and watch what people are doing from a range. It's a bit of a intel operation. So there are a few use cases to it. I'm hoping they stick to the news van aspect of it. As long as we can project to some boards in game and do stuff like that, I'll be pretty pleased with that. I think that'd be pretty cool. But let me know what you think in the comments. Overall, I think it's a fantastic ship. Like I said, I do own one anyway, so I'm going to be slightly biased. And the last thing on the agenda today, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen organisation or just hang out, check out the link in the description there. Also, there's a Discord link if you want to come and say hello as well. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.